There's a person at your job who takes credit for things they didn't do, who shifts blame so cleanly it almost looks professional, who charms the people above them and quietly destroys the people beside them. And you've tried everything. You stayed calm, you documented, you went to HR, and nothing changed because every move you made was the exact move they were counting on. A workplace narcissist doesn't win because they're smarter than you. They win because you keep playing a game that was designed for you to lose. Here's how it actually works. You weren't random, you were selected. A narcissist at work doesn't attack indiscriminately. They target people who are competent, well-liked, or visible. People whose qualities register as a threat. You weren't chosen because you're weak. You were chosen because something about you made you worth neutralizing. And they come in two forms. The charmer, the one management loves, who takes credit by being visible while making your work invisible. And the saboteur, the one who plants doubt quietly. A concerned email here, a casual comment to your manager there. Different methods, same goal. And I'm going to give you the exact playbook to neutralize both types. But first you need to understand why everything you've tried so far has actually made them stronger. Your professionalism is their supply chain. They need you to respond calmly because calm people look passive while they look passionate. They need you to stay silent because silence is indistinguishable from absence. Every professional instinct you have was built for a world where the other person is acting in good faith. They're not. 2 messages land on your manager's desk the same morning. Yours is a detailed project update. Theirs is 3 sentences. Hey, just wanted to flag. I'm a bit concerned about how the X project is tracking. Happy to step in if needed. Your message is information. Their message is a story. Your manager doesn't remember your bullet points. They remember a feeling. You did everything right, and it was used against you. You stayed professional, they stayed strategic, and then you go to HR. You bring documentation, timestamps, evidence. HR talks to the narcissist. The narcissist says, I've actually been worried about them. They seem really stressed lately. Now, HR isn't investigating them. HR is watching you. You walked in with evidence. You walked out as a case file. Here's what No Career Advice video tells you. Going to HR about a narcissist is often the worst move you can make because they already prepared for it. You brought facts. They brought a narrative. Narrative wins. But here's the thing, you can't change how they play. You can change what they have to work with. So starting right now, stop reacting in real time. Every provocation, every concern they raise, one response, let me think about that and get back to you. That buys you time, kills their real-time supply, and makes you impossible to quote out of context. That's step 1. Because here's what the next 12 months look like if nothing else changes. Your energy drops. You stop volunteering. You start dreading Mondays because of one person. You disengage, and then someone notices your disengagement, and that becomes the story. Not what they did, your withdrawal. The narcissist didn't fire you. They made you fire yourself. So if professionalism doesn't work and HR doesn't work, there must be a reason these people survive everywhere. And there is. Here's what nobody explains about how organizations actually function. The narcissist isn't fooling the company. The company is choosing them, not consciously, but structurally. Narcissists generate visible output. They volunteer for presentations. They send updates to leadership. They make themselves look essential in exactly the ways organizations measure contribution. Meanwhile, your quiet competence, the stuff that actually keeps the department running, doesn't show up in any dashboard. The organization isn't broken. It's optimized for a metric that narcissists are built to game. And this isn't just a feeling. A major meta-analysis in personnel psychology found that narcissism strongly predicts who emerges as a leader, but does not predict leadership effectiveness. Organizations promote narcissists because they look like leaders. Your narcissist didn't slip through the cracks. They walked through the front door. And here's what confirms everything. You're not their first target. Think back. Was there someone before you? Someone competent, well-liked, maybe a little too good at their job, and then one day they left? Quietly. Didn't make a fuss. Said they found something better? Now ask yourself, did they leave or were they pushed out the same way you're being pushed right now? They've done this before. They'll do it after you. You're not the first. You're just the current one. And if you're watching this and recognizing that pattern, not in your life, but in someone else's, send them this video because they probably think they're going crazy, and they're not. So here's what actually shifts the power. Every article you've read says, set boundaries and don't engage. That advice was written by people who have never lived through this. Here's what works. And it starts with the one move nobody teaches you. And this one works on both types. Stop covering for them. That's it. Stop finishing their work. Stop catching their mistakes. Stop filling the gaps they leave. Your competence has been making this person look functional for months. Every time you cleaned up their mess, you gave the organization one more reason to believe they're fine. Withdraw that subsidy. Let their work stand on its own. When they drop something, let it drop. They were supposed to deliver the client update by Thursday. They didn't. Normally, you jump in because the client matters. This time, you don't. Friday morning, the manager asks what happened. The narcissist doesn't have a good answer because for the first time, there's no one standing between
their performance and reality. You've been their safety net. Cut it.
This next one hits the charmer especially hard. Stop trying to make your case to your manager. The narcissist controls that channel. They've been managing upward for months. You will not win by fighting for the same audience they've already captured. Instead, build relationships laterally, peers in other departments. Cross-functional leads, people who see your work directly. One narrative channel can be poisoned, 10 cannot. You start joining cross-departmental meetings, not to self-promote, just to contribute. 3 months later, a director from another team mentions your name in a planning meeting your manager is in. That one sentence does more for your reputation than 6 months of fighting the narcissist's narrative ever could. And they can't touch it because it came from outside their sphere. 2 moves. The ground is already shifting. But there's one more that locks it in. And this one shuts down the saboteur. Kill the gray space. Narcissists thrive in ambiguity. Verbal agreements, hallway conversations, promises made without witnesses. Follow up everything in writing. Just confirming what we discussed. Recap decisions in shared channels, not private emails. Move everything into the light. After a team meeting, they casually say they'll take the lead on the client proposal. You reply all within an hour. Great. Just to confirm, you're owning the proposal with delivery by Friday. I'll focus on my piece. Now there's a timestamp. A public commitment. If they later try to shift blame, the record already exists. You didn't confront them. You just made the truth harder to edit. You're not fighting them. You're removing the conditions they need to operate. Here's what actually happens. 3 weeks in, they try the concerned email thing again. This time, your manager already has your update because you sent it first. It doesn't land. A month later, they drop the ball on a deliverable. Nobody covers for them. The manager notices. Not because you pointed it out, but because the gap was visible for the first time. 2 months later, they start targeting someone else. You'll notice because you recognize the pattern now. That's how you know it worked. Not a confrontation, not a victory speech. They just quietly moved on to easier supply. You didn't beat them, you bored them, and that worked better than everything else you tried. Now, here's the part that reframes everything. A narcissist at work has exactly one source of power over you. Not their charm, not their connections, not even the organization's blind spots. Their power comes from one thing, your need for the system to recognize you. Your need to be seen as competent. Your need for fairness. Your need for someone in authority to look at what happened and say, you were right. That need is real. It makes sense. But it's also the wire they've been drawing power from. Every attack they made, every credit they stole, every narrative they planted. All of it only works because some part of you is still waiting for the organization to correct itself. The moment you stop waiting for that correction, something shifts. Their provocations feel smaller, their games feel obvious, their power, which felt enormous, suddenly looks fragile because it was always borrowed power. Borrowed from your attention, your emotional investment, your need for things to be fair. And this isn't self-help optimism, it's clinical observation. Dr. Ramani Durvasula's work on narcissistic supply shows that a narcissist's power is not intrinsic. It's extracted from the target's emotional engagement. Withdraw the supply, and the pattern breaks. That's not theory. That's what actually happens. A narcissist doesn't generate electricity. They siphon it, cut the wire, and they go dark. Their power was never theirs. It was yours, on loan. Take it back. Their power ends where your need for approval does.